in today's video, I'm gonna be doing an updated brow tutorial routine. I'm gonna show you how I make my brows look thicker. This is what my natural brows look like, or these are my natural brows. I have gone through many... Thanks, John. My brows have gone through many stages of shapes and sizes over the past few years. I would say they were pretty tragic before. They were a lot thinner and very sharp, but I'm finally really happy with the way that they've turned out. So I'm gonna be making my brows look fuller and a little bit more feathery because that's more in right now, like a more feathered, less harsh lines kind of brow. And with my brows, like I don't get them waxed. I haven't plucked any brow hairs in months. The only time I pluck a brow hair is if one grows like right here. I'll do like a couple once a month or something like that, but like they just don't grow. I've never like shaped them. This is just the way they are. What I do with them is I trim them. So I push them all up and then I will trim just up on the top. But that's all that I do right now. Maybe one day when I'm ready, I'll get them shaped. But for now, this is what I got going on. So we're gonna do it. First step that I do with my brows is I just brush them. So they, you know, if I get out of the shower or something, they look like, well, they actually probably look like that. But I just like to brush them up because that is how I kind of figure out the shape that I want to create. And my right brow is like way different from my left brow, like night and day, girl. See this one, you can kind of see where we're gonna fill it in. And then I just fill it this part in, which I used to not do, but Desi did my brows one time and she showed me what shape she does and it like totally changed my life. She's like a brow ninja. So now I fill in over here and kind of make it more straight on the bottom instead of doing like more of a strong arch. But that's why I like to comb it upward just so I can see the shape that I want to create. Product that I like to use, I've been using the Benefit Brow since it came out. I still really like it. It's a brow pomade or a cream gel product, and I use shade number 4. This is like a medium brown. It goes good with my vibe. Mine is a little bit dried out, but it still works really, really well. You can rehydrate it with Inglot gel liner. And here is the brush. I know the first time I used it, I was like, this brush is so tiny. You're supposed to do this and do it that way, but I don't even bother with this carousel anymore. I just do this one, and I take a little bit of product on the brush. And like I said, mine's a little bit dry, but I've kind of like figured out how to work with it. No matter what, gels and creams, they dry out eventually. They don't stay hydrated forever. So I just kind of like on my hand, go like this. That way I get like an even amount of product on the brush. Brushing them upward. And then I'm gonna be using the brush and doing small hair-like strokes going upward in the same direction that my brow hair is going. And you wanna do kind of a light hand. Sometimes it gets a little bit crazy, but you can blend it out. Can you see what's happening, Junes? So I'm filling in this area down here where it kind of goes up to a point, so it's a little bit straighter. And then I just comb as I go. So I know I'm gonna fill in more in this spot right here, but before I do that, I like to do the front of the brow just that way I can see where it's supposed to connect. Kind of helps me to like meet in the middle. And then in the front, I'm just gonna be doing the strokes kind of, this one I kind of went more that way, and in the front I do them a little bit more straight up. Now I'm gonna be coming in and filling in just right here, so that way there's no lift in the brow. This brush looks so tiny when I'm doing it on camera. It seems like ridiculously small, but I've just like adapted to using it. And you know what I do sometimes is if I feel like there's too much product on the brush or it gets a little bit chunky, I just take a makeup wipe. It's almost like cleaning it low key, and I pinch it and take off any excess product, and it also makes it really skinny again. It's looking good. We're having success so far. And it also changes once you put the soap in it. I feel like it totally transforms everything. So I'm just gonna fill in the tail a little bit more and up here. So when I used to do my brow, I used to bring this like right here. I would go more like that And now I kind of make it more straight right here. And I feel like it looks a lot better. All right, so this brow, I stopped putting product in it until I hit it with soap, but I just like to comb it out again just to kind of see what's going on. And I feel like it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna move on to the other side. And this is my hard side, you guys, like for reals. Sometimes I look at this brow and I think, what did I do? What did I ever do to you that makes you feel like you can treat me like this? It just does something weird. This part is so small in the front. I'm gonna do the same thing. So combing it upward just so I can see where everything's gonna go. And then in here, when I did this front part, I added some hair-like strokes going upward, but not a ton. And this side, I need to put like a lot more, and I actually have to make them longer. So they have to go up a little bit higher because there's just no hair right there. It's always weird to do left things on camera, but I want to show you guys my left brow because I feel like it's so different. See how I'm bringing it just a little bit lower? My brow is actually up here, but I'm adding the product down here. And that's where I'm hitting it with the heaviest application of product because that's where it needs the most. And then down the tail. The hair-like strokes going upward are coming in hot. It's best to not breathe during this process. Don't have coffee before brows or winged eyeliner. That's my motto. Even though I do it all the time. The worst motto ever. Okay. I feel like to do like a brow remodel, it takes just the tiniest tweak, you know? It's such a tiny tweak that can make such a huge difference on your face. I'm telling you, when Desi did my brows and I saw where she like did it differently, it was literally like, oh my God, why didn't I do that before? If you have thinner brows, more often than not, I feel like it's filling in a little bit more down here, just adding a little bit extra hair down at the bottom of the brow. I feel like is where it usually is like, you can see a huge difference. So now what do I do so that way I can see what's going on is I add my brow gel, which is the soap. That is this soap. This stuff works so good as a brow gel. I've tried a lot of different brow gels and I've noticed none of them hold up these front hairs. These front hairs are really, really stubborn, but this stuff works so well. This is the L'Occitane Extra Gentle Soap. And all you have to do is take a spoolie. This is a brow brush from Kelly Baker Brows. And you just take a little bit of water, but I always end up spraying it with Fix Plus because it's usually what's closest to me. Do a little like a micro spray because you need that wasn't a micro spray. So you just take the spoolie and you swirl it like that to the brush and it looks a little soapy surprise on the brush. And then I'm just gonna take it and brush it into my brow and I'm doing it upward. And you see how it's just making the brows stand up like so easily. Can you give me a little bit more of a zoom, June? So I'm brushing it upward and like I'm not doing anything crazy, but it's just staying. So it's up here and then I'm slowly pulling it like towards my hairline this way. And then we can kind of see, after I put this in, I can kind of see where I need to add a little bit more product. If it's a little bit patchy or if it's like, you know, I can make adjustments as needed once I do that. There's some thicker spots of brow right here and then I'll probably add in a little bit more over there. But look at just the difference between the two. But you can see how much thicker it makes the brow look once you push everything upward. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I have to remember to point it that way. Like just the way I hold the brush, it does something weird. So it goes straight up, but it reminds me of like a flat top haircut. You know what I'm talking about? Those are cool. So I gotta like pull it to the side a little bit. You wanna make sure you don't put too much soap in there because then it will start to build up and just look a little bit chunky and have kind of like a white residue. But if you just use a light amount like this, you don't see anything. Like it dries clear, it doesn't irritate your eyes, especially if you sweat or if you get it wet, like it doesn't burn or anything. It's just like a really easy peasy. Now looking at them in the mirror, I'm just like trying to think, this one looks a little bit blocky in the front, so I'm gonna add really small strokes just right here that are shorter. All right, so that is the finished look for the brows. And they're supposed to be like, you know, not totally perfectly sculpted. That's the whole feathered look, that they look a little bit more natural. I'm gonna give just this one right here a tiny little. All right, so that is my current brow routine. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and you know, love it. I feel pretty good about my brows, girl. They have made some changes. They've made some moves. They've grown up in life. They're moving on to bigger and better things now.
Brow you next time.
Brow you next time? That's so lame. And this is my first time filming in the new house. Finally. Hey! Well, I guess my vlog was like kind of filming in the new house, but this is, you know, first time filming like a makeup-y video in the new house. And I'm so excited because I have so much natural light coming in. I'm using a mixture of natural and studio lighting, and I love it. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I have product now. I have let me start that over. Does the left one look lit on camera or what? Fucking brow. The disrespect. So, something interesting here. Do you like my hair? It's like a fucking, you gotta make lemons or lemonade.